March 17th, 2024, and it is a Sunday. I am picking up items that sold, as you can see, on Amazon and on eBay. I want to talk about Amazon. I also sold four lots, one loose CD lot, and three CD lots on eBay, plus these. But let's talk about Amazon, because for me in particular, I have been, if you don't know, I started selling on books on Amazon through their FBA program, Fulfilled by Amazon. And then over time, I started getting into CDs really big on it through FBA. Started sending in VHS tapes, started sending in records, and never got around to getting ungated for DVDs, but I did do lots of records, lots of books, lots of CDs, good amount of records, good amount of VHS tapes. I sold like 400 VHS tapes through FBA. I sold hundreds of records, but many thousands of books and CDs just through FBA. Anyway, so that's how I started out with books, and then it kind of evolved. And now for the last, how long has it been? It feels like it's been a couple of years, but it's been a while, to where I only do merchant fulfilled now, where all four of these sold. And I have all of these items. There's a few there, but this shelf, this, and then a few on the left there. All those books are, and there's a few CDs in there as well. All those, there's some audiobooks, plus all of these CDs on these racks are all for sale on Amazon through Merchant Fulfilled. So I have a small inventory. I actually checked a few days ago. It's under 600. It's like 590 something active Merchant Fulfilled items on Amazon. So that's where I am. And at my peak for FBA, I had 2,700 items. That's right, 2,700 in FBA, which is crazy. Think about it now. I'm nowhere near that with Merchant Fulfilled. So that's a little bit of the history for me personally. And I still just do, for the most part, I just do books and CDs with a few audiobooks. I haven't added any audiobooks in a while, but it's mostly just books and CDs. And I never used, outside of the free Amazon repricer, I never used a paid repricer. I would always just manually reprice myself. And for a while now, I have not been repricing. And my merchant fulfilled sales have really been slow for a while. But something new that I've started to do is, okay, I did try to reprice it, but I couldn't figure it out. Never let it loose. That is still in the works. I made a video on this channel about it, but got very, very limited response about that, unfortunately. Maybe I should do another one about how to set up reprice it, but I guess people kind of don't want to tell you. But that is eventually going to happen. But what I've been doing lately is when I go into ship, so the last 2 weeks I've been doing this, when I go into ship, 15 days actually, because I've seen a big bump in my Amazon sales recently. Again, merchant fulfilled or fulfilled by merchant, where I list, store, and ship it. The last 2 weeks I have been, every time I go into ship, I will then go into my manage inventory page, and I will reprice for about like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at most, going through the latest stuff, just repricing it. I am basically undercutting, like everyone else does, the lowest the lowest merchant fulfilled offer. And because of that, I've seen my sales increase. Now, I looked at my last 30 days on Amazon, my sales, and there's a dramatic jump in the last 15 days versus the previous 15 days. The previous 15 days of the last 30, the first 15 days of the last 30 days, I had, out of those 15 days, I only had sales on 5 days. It might have been 6, but I believe it was 5. The last 15 days from today on Amazon, I've had 13 days where I've had a sale. So I only had 2 days that I didn't have a sale. So just me repricing for 10, 15 minutes in the morning, anywhere between like 20 to 40, if not more items, has made a big difference. So, that's just doing it once in the morning, not even every day, because if there's a day I don't have a sale, I don't need to ship it. But most weekdays for the last 2 weeks, I've been doing that. And I've noticed a bump in sales where, it's gone from like a couple days a week having sales to now almost every day I have a sale. And I've had multiple sales in one day, multiple times. So that, yeah, I've more than doubled, if not tripled or quadrupled my sales just by repricing once in the morning. I'm not even doing what most repricers do, which is, of course, repricing multiple times a day, possibly 10 times, 20 or more, or just, you know, essentially when another repricer drops a penny below, then they come back, etc. Back and forth, back and forth. So it is definitely effective to reprice. Even manually, it's made a big difference. So I'm excited about that. And I'm also excited about the potential of setting up a repricer and kind of letting it loose on all of my items, which is only, a little less than 600. And I've said this before in the past that a lot of those CDs and some of those books are not ones that I would list again on Amazon. I should probably, there's just not much time that I have to put towards it. So I'm just focusing on putting new inventory and repricing everything that I have on there. I should probably pull some of those older ones, but occasionally they will sell. Like this audiobook sold for $3.99. This CD sold for $4.99. It's all plus shipping. I don't do free shipping on Amazon. So those older ones sold, but not for much. Versus these two, this book sold for $12.85. And this CD, which is Lisa Marie Presley CD, sold for $23.30. These are newer. This one I listed back in last year, at the end of last year in November. This one was just listed in last month in, what do you call it? In February. And I remember repricing this one specifically, so that's why it sold. I don't believe I repriced that one, but it's just funny how that happens when you start repricing more often. Other sales happen. I don't know why. I don't think there's such a thing as more activity in your account, more sales. I don't think that's actually true, but sometimes it does work that way. And the more sales, the better, because the more I sell, of course, not only the more money I make, but the more space I free up to list better items. Like this book is a great book to list. I didn't get as much as I thought I would for it, but I'm still happy with $12.85 plus shipping. So yeah, it's still a decent sale. I'll take those kind of sales, and that did not take long. That took a month, less than a month actually, because it's the 17th. That was listed the very end of February, so about 3 weeks or so, maybe less than 3 weeks that it took to sell. So I'm looking for if they're higher rank, if they have a higher sales rank. As you know, the higher sales rank you have on Amazon, the less often it sells. If you have a million rank plus rank on a book, it's selling much less than, of course, a book ranked 100,000 or less. Then that's really moving. CD, if it's ranked under 100,000, that's decent. If it's ranked over 100,000, it's a little slower. If you're getting down to like 20, 10,000 rank, then it's moving consistently. So I don't mind longer tail items if there's a lot more profit in there. But ones like these I would never list. I don't know why I listed those before, but you live and learn. But this one sells really often. I don't know that I listed that back in November, but obviously that took about 4 months to sell, but it was a nice $23 sale. So that I don't mind, but I'm trying to just turn my inventory quicker in general. Of course, I want to do that with eBay as well, but I know that I find a lot of great high profit long tails like this Horowitz Rhythm of the Land. I can't remember exactly when I listed it, but it's been a little bit, I think it's been a couple of years actually, but it sold for $60. So that's really nice. I don't mind a $60 sale. Here's another one, $31.99 plus shipping, that I listed in October of last year that I found at a thrift store. A $20 sale from those CD only Gaylords or pallets that I'm still going through. So, it's always a mixture. But in general, especially with Amazon, because there's just so much traffic and there's so much opportunity to make sales on there, that I want to move it. I would rather, if I thought I could sell this for 25, but I ended up having to drop it because everyone else dropped their prices. I drop it down to 12.85 and it sells. I'd rather have that sale, get the money back, and keep listing good stuff. Because there's an example of a donation. This came into the store here. I'm in my bookstore. Those books were donated, between donations that I get. I got a bunch of books donated this week in my warehouse. When I wasn't there on Saturday, I had someone working, and there was probably, I don't know, it seems like 150 or so books donated. So between donations, between trades, between buys, I'm finding all kinds of good stuff to list on Amazon, um, and of course on eBay. But yeah, I want to just keep on churning out the sales and increase it a lot to really make Amazon sales and income more significant in my business. And if that's all it takes to pump it up to do 15, 20 minutes, even at most, uh, in the morning, or when I'm after I've shipped off everything, printed out the labels, then that's worth it. Until I can figure out the repricing situation. So just keep that in mind. If even if you haven't figured out how to do a repricer, or you don't want to, or you don't want to spend the money, or whatever it is, you can still go in there manually, even once a day, 5 days a week, whatever it is. And even in the morning and at night, however, depending on your time and your schedule, how much time you have, what your schedule's like, get in there and reprice manually. It just takes a little bit of time, and you should see results if you are pricing your items, to sell, which I would say would be the lowest price. And if there's enough profit in there, of course, that would be ideal. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.